Unit 2 Test, Part B, Audio 1.
Hi, I'm Dexter Jones, and my talk today is all about voices. Now, when we talk about giving people a voice, we generally mean giving them a chance to express their opinions. But the words "give someone a voice" has a completely literal sense too. Imagine not being able to speak, not being able to physically utter words and communicate. Our voice is part of us, and it expresses our thoughts, yes, but also our gender, our age, our personality, our mood. So, if for whatever reason a person's physical voice is lost, they can feel that a vital part of themselves has disappeared. It can result in isolation, problems with employment, and forming relationships. The reasons for loss of voice are plentiful. Progressive diseases and mental injuries can lead to lack of muscle control that are essential for articulation. And people suffering loss of voice will often use special devices that translate the words they type in into speech. Technology famously made this possible for Stephen Hawking, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist in 1986, having been diagnosed aged only 21 in 1963. Hawking suffered from motor neuron disease, an illness that takes away muscle control, but his speech device allowed him to continue communicating until his death in 2018. This was a wonderful breakthrough at the time, but it was limiting. Many of you will be familiar with the robotic voice the device gave him, with a little bit of an American accent, and it could not convey subtleties of intonation or mood. It was also limited in the variety of voices that could be produced for people. People using the device all sounded exactly the same. A speech pathologist, Rupal Patel, wanted to create customized digital voices for people who had lost their speech and were dependent on electronic devices, known as AAC, or Adaptive Alternative Communication. Her desire was to develop voices that sounded like humans as opposed to robots, and by 2014 the technology was advanced enough for her to be able to make progress in this ambition. She set up a voice bank, and it has changed many people's lives. The voice bank works in several ways. A person with a progressive illness can bank their own voice before it is lost. The way this is done is through recording specially chosen sentences that contain all the different sounds in a given language. Originally, the number of sentences was 3,487. That's a fair number of sentences to read. However, today, a voice can be constructed using as few as 1,000, although the more sentences there are, the more natural the voice will be. Even so, it takes a long time. Now we come to the really interesting aspect of the project. If a person cannot record their own voice, anyone can donate their voice to the bank. Again, this entails reading and recording sentences, usually in a story, or it can cater to the preference of the donator, so they could read poetry, articles, drama scripts, whatever. It can be done by anyone, anywhere, as long as they have access to the internet and, of course, have the time to do it. Many donators spread the recording over days or weeks. It's simply a matter of reading the sentence, rereading it if you wish, and then uploading once you're happy. The voice bank can then craft a voice from the banked recordings. Sometimes they combine a donated voice with some sounds from the client's own, if that is available. The appropriate customized voices can then be offered as a plug-in to the user's speech device. Depending how much motor control the user has, they can either type in the words for conversion into speech or scroll and select desired words and phrases. Some devices can actually respond to eye movements. Stephen Hawking became so used to his robotic voice that he never chose to replace it. But for many people with similar problems, the voice bank gives them options. Their new voice can match their age and gender. No longer does a young girl have to sound like an adult male, as the first versions all were. Now, if any listeners are interested in donating their voice to the voice bank, there are different ways to do